So, like I tell you.
How's that? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Who is 875-379-574? Who's this?
It's me, Tyler.
Okay. Couldn't see too good because half your face was missing. Okay. You guys would probably be helpful if you turn on your cameras.
Well, my camera's on.
And sit up like you would at school. Good posture. Everybody? Okay. Today we're going to start our class with a problem. I will keep coming into class late. Okay. Harold. Okay. So I'm going to show you a problem. And
Okay, so Miss Macy's going to get a math problem.
okay.
There it is.
We're going to be solving for blank. Do you see the blank where the answer goes?
Yeah. So.
Okay, the top problem is the problem we're working on. Okay, we want to use all four math operations. We want to use plus, minus, divide, and multiply. Does everybody understand that? 4 operations.
Yep.
Now here's a little clue that will help you solve the equation. Okay, if you don't know what to do here, we're going to do the opposite. You see how we did addition there? To figure out the answer, we're going to do the opposite, which is subtraction. So we're going to go 15 minus 5 equals what? Show me your fingers. Show me your fingers, 10. So what number goes here? What number goes here? Show me your hands. That's right, 10. We have 10 plus 5 equals 15. Do you guys understand how I solved that? Anybody? Austin, did you understand how I solved that? Jack? Where'd Jack go? Okay. I think everybody has indicated that they understand, except for the people that I can't see. Okay, now I want you to take out your notebook or a piece of paper and a pencil. And I want you to copy these down and solve them. So I want you to write these down in your notebook. Ari, you should sit up. There you go. So everyone write these problems down, and then I want you to solve them using plus, minus, multiply, division. Is everybody writing it down?
Well, I'm getting my pencil.
Good job.
I need a pencil. I'm gonna find it. Oh, there it is.
Does anyone need me to keep holding this up, or did you all write it down? You need me to hold it up still? Okay.
Yeah. Hold it, because let's do this. 10 divided plus.
All right, I'm taking this down. You raise your hand if you need me to hold it up again. Okay.
I have a question, Miss Macy. Alright, so 10 plus 5 is 15. 20 minus 5 is 15. 3 times 5 is 15. And 75 divided by 5 is 15. They're all the same, but with the numbers they are. But the numbers that are first is different.
All right, taking it down. Raise your hand if you need me to hold it up again. All right, I can't see Jack and I can't see Harold, but I can see everybody else. Hey Jack, I see you. Jack, your face is gonna freeze like that if you keep making faces. Jack, are you doing your math? Dimitri. No?
I didn't.
What'd you say, Dimitri?
I didn't raise my hand. I'm sorry.
Okay, just checking. Zachary, is that a raised hand?
Are all the answers 30 10?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Miss
No.
Macy?
They're all different. The answers are all different. The first, for the second one, I'm going to give you a hint. You're going to do the opposite of minus, which is what? Plus. So, go 15 plus 5 equals what?
15 plus 5 equals 20?
Yep.
I have a question, Miss Macy.
So 20 minus 5 is 15. See how it works both ways?
Oh, nice.
That's a really good way to check your math. Ari?
I'm probably just dumb, but I'm having trouble with the last one. I'm just stupid.
No, you're not stupid. Get out of here. Okay, well, the last problem is a division problem, which means what are you going to do to check it? What's the opposite of division?
Nope.
Dimitri, what is it? The opposite of... The
I'm
opposite of...
just stupid.
You're not stupid. The opposite of division is multiplication. So, Ari, if you go 15 times 5,
Oh, I got it. Thank you.
you understand how it works?
Yes.
I have a question, Miss Macy.
You're welcome. Don't ever let me hear you say you're stupid. Because you are very bright.
Miss Macy?
Okay, anybody else? Tristan, you've been quiet. What's up, Tristan?
Okay, so here's what I made.
I can't really see it.
Well, I wrote it with my pencil.
Okay, but you answered the problems?
Yes, so 75 divided by 5 is 15. And 3
That's
times
right.
5 is 15.
Good job.
Well, I'll
What's-
ask another question later on.
You have another question later on?
Yeah, I'll just do it later. Because my recording is only a test. So let's continue the lesson.
Okay. All right, anyone else have any questions for me? Okay, so you finished those problems? Gianna? They're just practice. They're just in your notebook. That's why I want you to keep a math notebook so you can do or practice things. You can put notes in there. So that is why I want you to keep it. to keep your notebook handy. All right, is everybody ready to move on? We'll be doing a little bit of that at the beginning of every class just to keep your math skills sharp. Sound good?
Yeah? All right.
Ready? Okay. Now today we're going to be talking about the census. Now I know you might have studied the census in another class, but census has a lot to do with math.
That's right.
So we're going to talk about what the census is, ask some questions, and then we're going to talk about how you can use math to interpret the data you collect on your census, the data collected on the census. So first we're going to start with just some facts about the census. Who can tell me what a census is and how often it's taken? Raise your hand. Zach.
Census is where people go to your door to check, you know, where you live, or you know what age and how many people are living in your house. And each 10 years, I think they come.
Yep, that's right. Every 10 years. Now, do you know who said we have to take the census?
President?
Close. It was Congress. It's in the Constitution that the census must be taken every 10 years and that every citizen in the United States must be counted.
No.
Does that make sense?
Well, I have a question to ask.
Okay.
A second question.
So it was in the Constitution and it has to be done every 10 years. And it takes tens of thousands of people to do it, to count every person in this country. It takes a long time and a lot of manpower. Now, why do we need the census? One reason is to determine the amount of people in each area of the country. Now, that is really important because they divide the Congress into different states depending on their population. So, for example, if Florida has 10 representatives from Congress, okay, and their population has doubled in 10 years, so it's twice as much, would we get more Congress people or less if the population increased? Zachary. Let me ask Jake. Jake.
Less?
What did you say?
Like less, if it increases, it's less?
No, if it increases, it's more. More people, more representatives. If it decreases, it's less people, less representatives. Okay, do you understand that?
Yeah.
And then there's other things too that affect how money is distributed through the states based on the population, based on how many people there are and what kind of people there are. For example, if the amount of children under 18 increased substantially in our area, we would need money for different things than if we had a different age population. You understand that?
Yeah.
You had kids, you need money for schools, playgrounds, daycare centers, schools, equipment. So school lunches. It all comes out of the big pot, the nation's budget, and then it gets allocated based on the numbers they collected from the census. Everybody understand that? Anyone have any questions? Tristan.
Okay, so this is my second question. Now, I think, when did the census start? When they do it every 10 years?
It starts in, for example, 1900, 1920. It always starts at the beginning of a decade.
Oh,
so
every 10
we
years.
were going to
Well,
look
the
at
beginning of the century is 2001, and This one. Well, we are in the start of the decade, 2020.
Well, 2020 is the start. 2020 is when we do the census. When will we do the next
Including
one?
2010 too. 2010 starts the 2010s.
But when is the next census going to be held? If it's every 10 years.
2030.
Exactly.
Okay, now you can unmute me now.
But do you have more to say?
Well, I said you can unmute me now. You can you can mute me now.
All right, good.
Try to unmute me later.
So, we're determining the makeup of communities so that money can be spent appropriately. That's one of the areas where math comes in. You have a big pot of money, you need to decide how to distribute it. You got to be able to do math to figure out how much each area needs and make sure that you're not spending more money than you have. So that's one area where math is really important. Another area of math is what we did last time, which was polling, taking a survey, and then graphing it. Do you guys remember doing the graphs last week? Yes? Yes, Jack? Ari? Ariel?
I don't think so.
No. Who said I don't think so? Okay, Jake, you didn't get last week's homework?
I don't think so.
What'd you say?
I don't think so. I have to like check Jupyter for that. But no.
All right. Email me and remind me, and I'll send it out to you.
Okay.
Okay? Because if you don't do your homework, you're going to get a 0. Because every class builds on what we've learned in the past class. So it's very important to keep up. Go ahead.
I didn't get the homework, by the way.
Good job. I'm glad.
I didn't get it. The homework.
Oh, I just emailed it out last night. I mean, I just put it on Jupyter last night. The week before is on Jupyter too. If you have any questions, just email me, okay?
Okay.
Figure it out. All right, muting you all again. Too noisy. Okay. How many seats are there in Congress? Does anybody know? 435. That number always stays the same. It's just how it's broken up between the states that is different. Okay, so every 10 years we do the census. It's required by the Constitution. We're going to count all people in the United States. Collecting this information is a big job. The data that we get from the surveys, from the census, determines how many seats in Congress each state gets, how much money each state gets, and what communities need based on their age, sex, things like that, where they live. It also determines how money should be spent, which is also math. What problem would you fix? Okay, here's okay. So the first thing that I want you to do, not now, but for homework for Monday, is you're going to create your own census. Does anyone know how you're going to do that? Jake, yes or no?
I don't really know how I'm gonna do that. Really.
Okay. Well, this is what you're going to do. I want you. What kind of questions do you think are on the census? Things like how many adults live in your house, how many children, maybe how many pets, maybe transportation, how many cars you have, or if you take the bus or other modes of transportation, kids in school. So there's a lot of things going on there, a lot of information that you can get from the census. A lot of information. So what I want you to do is I want you to do a census in your own home. So I want you to come up with 8 questions. Now this is all uploaded on Jupyter.
Okay.
I want you to list 8 questions like how many adults are in my house? How many pets? How many children? How many?
What if we don't have a pet?
Then you have 0 pets.
Okay.
And then that's just a 0.
I
I
thought
mean,
that was part of it.
questions, you can use any questions, you know, any questions you want, but 8 of them. And think about it, get creative.
Not now, Daddy.
And then, go ahead, Gianna.
Okay.
Trying to unmute. Okay, go ahead.
Does the cat who lives outside of my house count?
There's what?
Okay. Does the cat who lives outside of my house count as a pet?
Yes, you can use that, count that as a pet.
No.
Anybody else? Okay, so you are going to, Claudia, what are you doing? I mean, Christian. You need to sit up. Sit up, let me see posture, everybody. Ariel, sit up. Hi, Ryan. I see that smile. Okay, so you are going to write your questions, and then you are going to survey everyone that lives in your home. Okay? And you're going to write the answers down. Jake?
What were the other questions? Because I'm trying to like write notes.
You don't need to write this down because I have it all explained in your assignment.
Oh, okay.
So right now,
I remember.
so sometimes I want you to take notes, and sometimes I just want you to listen. And right now, I want you to listen. Okay, what did we do last week that we were able to express our information in a different way? Was that your graph? Did we take data that we collected and then graph it? Does anyone remember last week we did a graph? Anybody? Dimitri?
Oh yeah, we did a graph.
Yep, we did a graph. For those of you who didn't do it, I need you to do it and turn it in by Monday, or you will get a 0. I'm going to really be cracking down on homework now because we can't go from one week to the next without building on what you learned the last week. That's why I don't want you to slip through the cracks. If you need any extra help, you don't understand something, just shoot me an email and we'll work out a time to get together. Okay, so after you collect your information, we're going to create a graph. And I also provided you with a blank graph as well. So, here's Mrs. Macy's bar graph. Okay? What I did on the bottom, now the bottom line here, both lines on the outside of a graph are called the axis. The column that goes up and down on the left here is called the vertical axis. Do you know what vertical means? Vertical is up and down. Up, up, and down. See? Up and down is vertical. Okay, the horizontal axis is here. Now this is where you're going to put down your questions. I don't know if you could read it, but my first question is the number of adults in my home. Each block counts as 1. How many adults do you think I have living in my home? Put your fingers up. It's the red, no, in the red, it's the first one in the red. It's right here. All right, how many adults? Let me see fingers. Yep, I'm seeing 3 fingers. Everybody? All right, let's move on. This says the number of children in your home. Who can put with their fingers show me how many? 6. Okay, because you see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you look over here where the 6 is, it's very easy to read. So it's very easy to get information from the graph. So you're taking your questions and you're turning it into math by graphing it. Any questions? Kristen.
Okay, so
Just a sec, let me unmute you.
so this is now my fourth question. Now, I wonder how the graph would actually work if this was a possible way for a graph to make. How did you make it? Did you use markers or did you use crayons?
I use markers to color it in, and I use pen to write
The numbers?
on the bottom and the numbers.
Okay, so now what happened? Well, does this go up to 11? Oh, it does. I'm right. It goes up to 11. Okay,
Goes up to
so
11. So hopefully you don't have more than 11 people in your home.
okay, so my
That would
fifth
be okay.
question will be next in 1 minute. In 1 minute at least. So,
All right, you let us know.
I'll let you know. Well,
Okay, so we talked about the graph. Okay, we talked about who takes the census. It's usually the head of household, and they need to make sure that everyone in their house is accounted for. Jake?
What if it's like, what if there's like, what if we live in like two houses, like, because my mom lives in one and my dad lives in the other house?
You can combine them if you want. You can make believe they're just one family. Because you're one family, even though you live in...
I thought you were saying like only one house. But...
I am, except just for your purposes, since you do have two homes, that you can do one or you can combine them. It might be more fun combining them, but I'll let that be your choice.
Okay.
You understand?
yeah.
Okay, great. Anybody else have any questions? Okay, so we're good with the graph. You know what to do with the graph. Things we use graphs for are to analyze information, to figure out where the population mostly lives, collect and analyze information about every person living in the U.S., and the census is a way that you can participate in government. Now, how do you do that? You participate in government by answering the questions in the census, and then your information is used to determine how money is spent in the country. And we talked about representatives in Congress, and there's just so many other things that are determined by the census. Tristan.
All right. So, well, I think you don't have any pets, do you, or do you not? I think so.
I do.
Well, which pets do you have, though?
I have it on the graph.
So, okay, so now what the graph actually looks like. So, I'll take a look at the title. So, the title actually is, I don't usually see it very much, because I don't think you actually have a lot of quality like this.
It just says bar graph.
Okay, so I think the date is today, 4/17/2020.
Okay.
You know what, actually?
Now, this is due on Monday.
Yeah, so it's due on Monday. So I think this would actually be the time for you to unmute me now, because I will actually ask another question later on, okay?
Okay, gotcha.
So you can continue the lesson.
So, we're not running out of time. Let's see. So, we're going to do the questionnaire. Okay. So, does everyone understand how I want you to do your graph? Dimitri? Okay. Austin is good. Okay. Other things you're going to do for homework that is explained is you're going to draw a poster, a flyer, something small, telling people why it's important for them to take the census. Like, make believe your parents are your audience, and that you want to convince them, you want to be persuasive why they need to take the census. So You can use the facts that I gave you. You can use a strong argument, and back up with reasons. I'm trying to unmute you, Dimitri. Okay. I can't unmute you. Unmute. Okay. Nope.
It's giving me an option to unmute myself.
I'm sorry.
I didn't have a question.
You did it?
Kind of playing around with the reactions to see if I can connect my hand to match it.
I saw you doing that before. Very cool. Jake?
I have a question about the virus.
Okay.
What people are like getting a card, like some sort of money card.
Right.
What is that really for? Like, is that just because we can't like go use our own money, or like I don't know what that's really for.
Well, we're going to be talking about that next week, but I'll tell you in a quick answer is that millions of people now have been unemployed, have lost their jobs because of the coronavirus, because you know how everyone's supposed to stay home and, social distancing?
Yeah.
Because of that, restaurants aren't open, stores aren't open, etc. So all those people have lost their jobs. So the card you're referring to is the government gives out money to everyone who lost their job. It's called unemployment. So every week when they get their money, it gets loaded onto a card that they can use to buy groceries.
Oh, because yesterday I think my mom was trying to get one. Like she worked from home. She couldn't really explain it to me because she was really busy. So I just didn't know what it is.
Yeah, it's very hard to do now because there's so many people. I believe it's like how many million people? Maybe 20 something million people have lost their jobs already. I'm sure it's much higher. So there again, information from the census, they can determine how much money they need to allocate for people who lost jobs. Because one of the things the census measures is employment numbers.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Austin.
Isn't Walmart open and the gas stations? Because I think they should be. I think they're open because for gas and other important stuff, right?
That's true. It's called essential businesses. So things that are essential are the ones that you just listed. Things that are non-essential are movie theaters, department.
And toys or whatever. That should be it. Like to go to Walmart and say that you're gonna buy something that's not for food or whatever, then that's not really a part of what it's for.
Awesome.
You cannot.
You can still go into stores. You just have to have a face mask or a bandana to cover your mouth and nose.
That's another important thing. You guys, I don't know if you all heard, but when you go outside into another place of business, you need to wear a face mask. It's the law.
Oh yeah, since we're now covering the topic of the coronavirus, recently they've made like a test that will eventually be shipped to the USA.
They're trying. Everybody's trying. All the scientists.
Well, they've already made a vaccination, I believe. That's what I heard.
Yep, they're working on it. Once we get the vaccination and everyone can get immunized, then we won't have this problem being afraid of getting sick. But I'm so glad all of you and your families are healthy from this. That's wonderful. Getting back to math. Do you guys understand certain applications that you would use math for? After everything I explained, do you guys get it? That it's how money's allocated, how Congress is allocated, and all of those determinations are made through math problems, through solving more complex math problems than we can do now. So I just wanted to give you an overview because I know you studied that in another class, but it is going on right now, and I really like to do current events that relate to math so we can combine the two because each subject is not on its own. Each subject relates to other subjects. So it's very important to be able to cross-reference your different classes because you'll be doing things from math probably in all your other classes and you won't even realize it. So that's why I chose the census. And I think it just has a lot of opportunity for you guys to learn the process and then learn how to interpret your results, interpret data. That's a very important part of math. So I told you about doing the census, correct? Does everyone understand what they're going to do with that? Okay. And then I told you about the flyer. Does everyone understand that? I know you did advertising in another class, so this is just a little extension of it. Try and include some math numbers in there. I see you, Gianna. Thumbs up. Gianna, sit up. Sit up. I can't see your face.
Well, do you see my face?
Jack, you're too close. Okay. So then you're going to do your survey, and then you're going to take your answers, and you're going to create a bar graph like we did last time. A bar graph is a different way to express information. It's easier to read. You can look at it quickly, and it's a very useful tool. So that's why we've been focusing on it right now. So do you understand how I want you to do your graph based on your answers? You're going to put category here, like I have number of adults. All of your questions you're going to put here. And then you're going to color in one block for each answer or each person or each pet or each car or whatever else you decide to do in your census. Does everyone understand about this? You can look back on your old graphs, and I also posted my sample graph, so you can refer to that if you want to. Does someone else have a question? Jake? I don't mute you, Jake.
I just looked on my Jupiter and I saw like one census and from Miss Pigeon, and I don't think I got one from you. It's like I'm checking my to-do.
I posted it last night. I'm gonna go in and make sure it's on the to-do list. It's okay.
Okay.
But it is in Jupiter. It is in your assignments. But I need to figure out if it's going on the to-do list. It's hard for me because I can't really get into your accounts, so I can't really see what you see. So I'm still struggling with that. And as you can see, I'm still struggling with Zoom. I had a lot of great slides for you.
I had trouble yesterday.
You had trouble yesterday?
Yeah, because I had the right password and I guess they sent me the wrong password, so I had trouble with it.
Did you get it straightened out? Okay. If you have any questions, just let us know. Anybody else? Gianna, looks like you're lounging. I want everyone to be sitting up next class, good posture. I want to see your smiling faces. Let me see smiling faces. Come on, Dimitri, Zachary, Tristan, Ryan. Let me see your smile, Ryan. Did you get a haircut? Ryan? Yes or no? Yes, it looks really good. We all need haircuts. Jake is good. Sean, are you good?
I have a question, Miss Macy.
Yes? Are you good?
I have a question.
Yes or no?
I think you forgot to mute me because I have a question for you.
Can't unmute you.
I have a question though.
Are you good?
Yeah, and I have a question at least.
Okay, Jake. I am having trouble unmuting people.
Never mind, I just saw.
I'm sorry, repeat that.
And I just saw the bar graph. I guess I wasn't looking. Sorry.
Okay.
Miss Macy?
Ari,
Yes?
you have something to say?
No?
No?
Miss Macy?
Hey, don't do that. I could still see the top of your head. Christian, you doing okay? Yana, shake your head. You doing okay? Stephanie, how are you doing? Okay, let me know if you need extra help, okay?
Miss Macy?
And then whoever this is an iPhone, I don't know who you are. Jack, are you okay? Oh, Jack, what happened to you? You need a haircut.
That's me.
Okay, Christian, how are you doing? I can't see you. Christian, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How are you doing? I can't see what you've been up to. Oh, there you are. Have you been paying attention?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Miss
Take some
Macy?
notes.
Miss Macy,
Yes.
look. Where's
Where?
phone?
Who's talking? I can't see.
I'm my dog.
Oh, Ari, I see you. Very, very
Miss
cute.
Macy?
Very, very cute. So, tell me, Tristan.
So I think this would actually be my last question because I have 2 pets. They're actually dogs.
Okay. That's good. You could just put them on your census. That's
Okay.
awesome.
So I think they actually look cute. So, well, I think. Do you have a dog or a cat? If you do, then who are their names? Do you have a dog or?
I have a dog, and her name is Chloe.
Oh, wait. I think Chloe was actually gotten you because I think this actually might be the possible moment that the cat would actually. Wait, your dog Chloe?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Miss Macy, do you want to know how many pets I have?
How many?
8.
Okay, I'm just taking a picture of the screen so I can serve attendance.
I have 8 pets.
Not 8.
Yeah, I have 8.
No way, you're 8.
Sounds like you live in this
I
zoo.
have to take care of 8 dogs at once.
No, not dogs. I have all kinds of animals. I have 3 dogs, a rabbit.
Okay, you're muted right now because I just want to finish up. What I want you to tell me one reason why it's important for you to participate in the census. And I'm going to unmute you. Anybody?
I don't have a choice.
Nothing. Okay, I would really to help, like,
I think everybody's unmuted or something.
Everyone's unmuted and
thinking, wait,
I'm going to mute you. Listen.
if you don't vote, you're not a citizen anymore. You're.
Okay, I just want to thank you guys for your attention. Hopefully next week I'll have my slides up and this will go a lot more smoothly. This is a learning curve for you and for us. So I thank you for your patience and I'm really proud of you guys that have been doing your work and coming to class.